What? That's not right. Pop up here next to my beautiful face. Wait, I can't say that. That's weird. Welcome back to the show. I am the Star Wars Daddy bringing you episode number 38 of our eBay Star Wars listing videos. It's unbelievable that we've done that many episodes, but prior to that, before I was even filming, I've been doing it for every single week for 15 years. So this is really nothing, and there's a lot more to come. What happened today? We had 95 items go out the door, $4,850 in the door, which is an average of $51 per figure, which is awesome. Now, we did have a couple big hitters that helps bring that average up, and we also had some low ones that went for like the starting bid price. So again, it's a whole average that happens. And when I'm purchasing all these collections, I'm getting them at around $12 to $15 per figure. And so selling them at $51 per figure, you can probably do the math. I'm making a pretty good profit after eBay fees come out, all the shipping costs, everything else. And that allows me to purchase things that you see behind me. And as you could have saw, which was released last Sunday, right here's the thumbnail. It was my August mail haul video. These are all the items that I did bring into my collection from those profits. And so you can see, let's see, we had vintage Star Wars stuff that was graded. We had Dick Tracy, we had Transformers, we had Simpsons, we had Wrestlers, we had Batman, everything you can think of. It's vintage toys came into my collection last month. Make sure to check out that video. There was also a Luke Skywalker focus review from all of the Luke Skywalkers in my collection, tons of them. We had Mechanos, we had Little Letties, we had Pox, PBPs. What else? I can't even think of it. Graded items, loose, everything. You got to check out that video. In today's video, we are going to do a feature on R5D4. So once we get up to that item, when we're going through all of the sales, I will pause the video to add some information on R5D4. So if you're looking for that figure, you know what kind of COOs to be looking for, ways to know that it's legit, and we do a couple movie clips to entertain you. And right here next to me, you will see the new Daddy of the Week. What is the Daddy of the Week? The Daddy of the Week is the person that spends the most money every single Sunday from these auctions. And you get a shout out the entire video long. And who do we have? Dean from Virginia spent $924.14. I think that's right. 16 cents. Close enough. He went nuts and he got the best, biggest, craziest, awesomest item that we had. And I did a whole entire short on this figure right here. It's the double telescoping Luke. I blew the surprise, but he also got some other items. And once we get up to him, we'll look over all those items and talk about them and see the price that went for it. It's unbelievable. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video. Why? Because there'll be a short that pops up right here. And it's going to show you all of the items that are currently up for bid right now on my eBay account. So if you missed out this week, it's okay, because there's going to be 95 more items that are going to be up for sale currently. And then next week, I'm looking at them right now. They're already packed, ready to go and to get listed onto eBay. I think there's 90 items there. I've got a box filled with complete figures ready to go for the next week. We got tons of items. So just because you miss out this week and you're not the Daddy of the Week, I know. It's like, what are you going to do? How can you get through the week? I don't know. But just know that the next week and the week after, there will be plenty of opportunities to get each of those missing figures that you need for your collection. Before we get too far, we're about to hop right into all those shout outs that you guys love. Please hit that like, the subscribe, and that bell notification. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you what's upcoming. And so that bell notification is crucial because it'll notify you the second that those videos come out. So make sure to stick around for the end for that short to see what's available currently on my eBay account and to see what all the upcoming videos are going to be that I'm working on now. You can also go down in the description of this video. All the links are there for my socials and for the videos that have already come out that we talked about here and some other ones that I think are crucial. If you're a fan of Star Wars, you'll want to see. But enough of all this jabbering. Let's get into these shout outs. Let's see all these awesome figures. Let's see how we came up with $4,850. And let's get into these sales. Sean is a new buyer from Pennsylvania. Picked up my Chewbacca. Which one was it? It was the large Hong Kong COO. It was a near mint condition. It was complete. And it all went out for $23.55. We're rocking and rolling. Here we go. Veronica is a repeat buyer out of California. Picked up 2 items from me. We got that red snaggletooth, near mint condition, complete figure for $20.50. And that X-Wing Luke Skywalker. It's the Hong Kong COO, all complete. Very nice condition for $37. Now we're talking. We need a box. Manny is a repeat buyer out of Montana, and he went nuts. If it hadn't been for the double telescoping Luke Skywalker that's coming up later, he would have been the daddy of the week. He absolutely went ballistic. And we're going to go over 19 of his items. Here we go. We got the Yoda. Is near mint condition, all complete. It's the orange snake version with the orange eyes. Went for $73.11. We got that Hoth Survival Kit grappling hook. Not to be mistaken with the baggie, which had all the items in it, which is bought from somebody else. It'll come up later in this episode. But that went for $29. We've got the Hoth Princess Leia complete with that little blue blaster in very nice condition. $59.98. We got the Bespin security guard. The first version went for only $12.50. We've got Bespin Princess Leia, all complete with the other blue blaster. The near mint condition on this figure, $73. We've got a Weequay, all complete in near mint condition, the Hong Kong COO for $22.50. We've got the Cloud Car Pilot, just missing the comm link, but had his other blaster in near mint condition, went out for $26. We got a General Madine, complete Hong Kong COO, near mint condition, went out for $28.79. Stormtrooper, the normal one, complete, 3-line Hong Kong COO in very nice condition for $29. The Biker Scout Trooper, complete Taiwan version, near mint condition, awesome figure, $38.66. We got that Tusken Raider Sand People, even though it's a sand person. And that's a near mint condition, all complete. Went out for $36. Pruneface, the good guy. I always thought he was a bad guy. He's a good guy. $36. We got Ree Yeast. This is the Hong Kong COO in near mint condition for $18.50.
2,000 years later.
Zuckuss. Oh my gosh, we got Bounty Hunters coming up now. Zuckuss, complete Hong Kong COO, $18.50. We got the Klaatu with a thin skirt. It also comes in a thick skirt as well. This one's thin. It's a no COO version, all complete. Very nice condition for $26. Low gray, that Ewok, the Macau version. So a little bit, actually, you know, I can actually spot these out now. The Macau COO, it seems like a little bit darker stripes on these guys. And it's in near mint condition, all complete, $25.05. We got the Forlome, who's supposed to be Zuckuss, or Zuckuss's Forlome. Another bounty hunter, who knows, but I think they stand next to each other in The Empire Strikes Back. So I'm not sure how they're the same person, if they're standing next to each other. And that went out for $26. And then we got the Bespin security guard. The second version, he's a little bit darker skin color. And that's a near mint figure, all complete, $19.50. And we got Lando Calrissian with the teeth. He's smiling, he's happy, thrilled that Manny is getting him. And it's $27 for that guy. Oh my gosh, Manny, you went nuts. Steve is a repeat buyer and he's international, so I'm not really sure where this is going. Who knows? But he picked up that Land of the Jawas action playset. It was just missing the cardboard sandcrawler background, but still had the little escape pod, and I threw in some figures. Why did I throw in figures? You're going to see that a lot with the vehicles and playsets on today's episode because I have so many figures right now. I have to get rid of them. Like literally, I have so many. And so it came with an Obi-Wan Kenobi that's not complete, a Tusken Raider not complete, and an R5D4 to kind of go with the set. So it's an added bonus. And that all went out for $52. Steve is a repeat buyer out of Iowa. Picked up 2 items. We got that squid head in near mint condition, all complete for $50.05. And we got a Hoth Han Solo complete in near mint condition. This figure was awesome. Went out for $25.06. Thomas is a new buyer out of California. Picked up that Boba Fett Hong Kong CO, all complete in very nice condition. All went out for $66. Doug is a repeat buyer out of Massachusetts. Picked up my Ewok Village playset, and it was near complete. It was just missing, I don't know. I think it might have been missing the little spit holder things that went by the fireplace. I honestly can't remember. I've got too many of these, and I can't remember which ones had what. I think that's it. So I threw in a bunch of figures with it too. So we got some Ewok figures in there. You can see in the picture right over here. But some added things to add some benefit and some value to the item. And it went out for $115. Jay is a repeat buyer out of New Jersey. Picked up my R2D2 as the Taiwan COO. Has a little bit darker, kind of a chrome dome to it. Pretty obvious when you put them next to each other. You can see the differences. And that went out, that was in near mint condition and went out for $41. Hey, you moron. Why don't you do a feature on R5D4? Out of Virginia, picked up 4 items, one of which was the feature that we just saw on R5D4. And this is the 1978 date stamp. There was also, like you saw, a 1977 date stamp, which was an R2D2 body, just repurposed. And this guy went out for $30.98. We've also got the Gonk Power Droid with the long V notches. Why? Because it's always the long V notches. There's barely ever the short V. I haven't had a short V in over a year, and I sell these every single week. So I can tell you, those are scarce. And this is in near mint condition, which is also scarce. And that went out for $40. We've got that Hammy Hammerhead. He went out and all complete in very nice condition for $29.53. And that Walrus Man with the pink tusks complete in very nice condition for $21.50. Chris is a repeat buyer out of New Jersey, and he got an item that he needed to complete his Rebel transport vehicle. He had everything but these gas masks and these Hoth backpacks, and I put them all in a lot, and it's what he needed, and he got them for $15.39. That's awesome. Nate is a repeat buyer out of Maryland, picked up 2 vehicles. We've got that original TIE Fighter, all complete, and I added in a TIE Fighter pilot to go along with that, and that went out for $86. And then we got that Rebel Armored Snowspeeder. It was near complete. I think it was only missing the string because somebody had replaced the original string with some thread so that that harpoon could fly out further. And so I think it was in near complete because of that. Or it could be missing one of the back thrusters. I'm not sure. But it was still in pretty decent condition. And I threw in a X-Wing Luke Skywalker to go along with it. Again, for that added value, $38. Martin and Liliana, repeat buyers all the time, right out of Eugene. You know it, where those Ducks play. It's going to be an incredible football season this year. Let's hope so, fingers crossed. And we've got a mint on card. It was a rough mint on card, a little cracking to the blister, some creasing and whatever else on the card. It was the Taiwan version of the Re-Yees, but still an excellent display piece. Went out for $51. We've got a Death Squad Commander complete, near mint condition, $26.55. And we've got a Nito, the Skiff Guard, complete in near mint condition, $26.02. Thanks, guys. Mario's a new buyer, and this is going to Florida, but I believe it's going international based on the address. It looks really weird. So I believe this is one of those shipping companies that ships international once it gets there. I could be wrong. Maybe it is going to Florida, and it doesn't matter to me. But we've got a do-back. It's complete. The reins were broken, unfortunately. It does still display well. And it came with a Stormtrooper that I threw in there. And that all went out for $47. And then we got that other mint on card I sold. It's the Dengar. A little rough around the edges on this one as well. And he went out for $37. Mark is a repeat buyer out of Kansas. He picked up an Ewok. Who? The Lumat. Last 17, Power of the Force, complete figure in mint condition. This figure was awesome. Went out for $162.50. Aaron is a repeat buyer out of Iowa. He picked up a modern figure. That could be considered vintage. It's 1995. I can still consider that to be modern. But it's the Han Solo with the Stormtrooper mail away in with the box. I'm not sure much more about it. It's Hasbro. Who knows? $10. Woo! Ivan, I'm crying. I just drank. Don't worry, guys. I'm not crying. I just drank a bunch of liquid death. It's carbonation is making my eyes water. I'm dehydrated. I was golfing all day. It's also where my face is red, and I've got a farmer's tan going there on the arm. See? But had a great time, and I'm dead tired. I'm trying to slam through all this eBay stuff. So let's get into Ivan. He's a new buyer out of Florida, and he picked up a giant lot of good action figures, not beaters. These are a little bit better than beaters, but I just have so many, like I said, I have so many figures. I gotta get rid of these guys. There were 50 plus figures and accessories and all kinds of stuff. Went out for $157.50. Anthony's a new buyer out of Florida, picked up 2 Yoda backpacks that I put into a lot, and those sold for only $8. Timothy is a new buyer out of New Mexico. He picked up that Droid Factory playset. It was almost complete. I think the only thing he was missing was one half of the R2-D2 sticker. It had the front half, and the other part had ripped off that would have been for the back, or vice versa. That's the only thing it was missing. It was in awesome condition. Went out for $100. John is a repeat buyer, and he's international, so I'm not sure exactly where this is going to end up. But it will get there lickety-split if eBay has anything to say about it, since it goes through their global shipping program, which is awesome. And we got the IG-88. It's a mint figure. This figure's awesome. And it was all complete. Went out for only $21. Oh, boy. Josh was a repeat buyer, and he lives on a street name that's Normal. And he picked up that figurine Dan Cantina band member. It's the mail-away box. It comes with everything. It's all sealed in the baggies. And it is being sent immediately for $10. John is a repeat buyer out of Kentucky. He picked up that Wicket W. Warwick, and it's complete. Has the spear. What? He never does. But we found one. We matched it all up. And is in near mint condition. Taiwan COO as well. Went out for $66.91. Jason's a new buyer, and he's out of Massachusetts. Picked up my other Yoda. This is the Pac-Man Eye Yoda with the brown snake, missing the cane. And it went out for $122.50. What? That's awesome. Jeremy's a repeat buyer out of Ohio, and he picked up that Hoth Survival Kit, the sealed baggie with all those accessories inside of it. And it was in pretty nice condition. Went out for $48. Graham is a repeat buyer out of Iowa. Picked up a bunch of items. I had that Hoth Imperial Attack Base all complete. And I threw in a Tauntaun and an Imperial Hoth Stormtrooper and a Rebel Soldier and some other figures. And it only went out for $50, the starting bid price. Oh, boy. And then we had the Emperor. It's the near mint figure it's all complete. I can't speak. And that went up for $20. That's not bad. And then we had an Ugnaught with the purple smock. And that was all complete as well. Went out for $20. So not bad overall. Vincent is a repeat buyer out of California. Picked up 2 items. We got that Imperial Commander in near mint condition and all complete. Went out for $24. And a Hoth Luke Skywalker. Near mint. This figure was great. $36. That's pretty good. Rudy is a new buyer, and he just lives down the street from me. And unfortunately, because I don't have the local pickup feature on my items, I can't just go drop it off with him. I have to actually ship it to him, even though I could probably throw this item and it would probably get to his house. Oh, so he's trying to save me some money, but unfortunately it's not going to work out. And that's okay. We got an X-Wing, the original X-Wing, and it's all complete and working sounds. I don't think the light comes on, but the motor works. You can never get both of them to go, but at least the motor works, which seems to be the hardest thing to happen on these X-Wings. And I threw in an X-Wing Luke Skywalker because I got tons of them. So that was an added little benefit for that guy. We got it out all for $85. Danny is a new buyer out of Arkansas. He picked up some weapons. We've got a lot of Bosk rifles. Those two went out for $17, and two IG-88 rifles, and those went out for the starting bid price of $10. David is a repeat buyer out of New York. Picked up two items. We got that Greedo. We actually have a battle scene is what we have. We have Greedo in near mint condition, all complete for $51. And the Bespin Han Solo, which, I guess that's not the battle scene, is it? Because Greedo is fighting the either large head or the small head Han Solo from 1977 date stamp. But this sure looks like the one that was in the cantina that fought and shot. He shot first, we believe. We're not sure. That's the mystery and the conspiracy. But this is the Bespin Han Solo. And he went out all complete for $34.02. Boom, 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 boom! Brian is a repeat buyer out of South Carolina. Picked up that Admiral Akbar. It's the Hong Kong version near mint figure, all complete for $26.01. For a new buyer coming at you. Christopher's a new buyer out of Alabama. Went nuts with his first time purchasing from me. Not as many as Manny, who got 19, but we got a slew of them here. Let's go over them, and you're already hearing it. You know who it is. It's the pig, the Gamorrean Guard pig, the Hong Kong COO, all complete, $23.29. We've got that AT-AT Commander complete figure, Hong Kong COO, for $18.50. A Nyanum complete Hong Kong COO near mint figure went out for $22. A Chief Chirpa, that Ewok, all complete, near mint, $22.50. Lobot, where do you think Lobot went? Well, I'll tell you where he went. Right into the garbage, $12.01. FX7, the orange eye version, instead of the red eye. And it's Hong Kong COO, because that's, I believe, the only way he comes. $10.50. And we got a Rebel Soldier. It's the painted legs version, all near mint, complete. Great figure, $18.50. And to match him, his boss, the Rebel Commander, complete figure, pretty nice, $14.29. Kevin is a repeat buyer out of New York, picked up a bunch of items from me. We got both the C-3POs. We got the regular one first popping up right here. And it went out for $15.50. Then the one that's a removable limbs, and that was all complete, went out for $30.92. We got that Rancor Keeper, no COO version, all complete, $27. And the Twin Pod Cloud Car vehicle, and I threw in two pilots to go along with it to complete that collection. And that all went out for $41.05. Robert's a new buyer out of Massachusetts, picked up that Millennium Falcon. I threw in some extra figures to it, and all it's missing is the training ball. It had everything else, even the little thing for the training ball. Just didn't have that training ball, and it's working. I opened it up, spun the motor, got it working again, and activated from 1977, and that went up for $157.50. Damon's a new buyer right here out of Oregon, and he lives about 35, 40 minutes away, depending on traffic, from where I live. And he picked up that Yoda Dagobah playset. It's near complete. It was missing the levitation piece, which is always gone for that R2-D2. And then obviously the foam is corroded, which it has on every single one of these. And if you get one of these that still has the foam, I dare you to touch it, because that's just going to crumble right away and stain anything that's touching. Don't get it anywhere near your carpet or near your clothing. It'll be destroyed. And that went out for $61. Scott is a new buyer, international, who knows? And picked up that Jawa with the large eyes, complete figure, near mint condition, beautiful figure. And went out for $66.99. All right, and Dean, we're finally up to you. You've been bouncing around over here through the entire video, being patient, waiting for your shout out. I mean, you had the shout out through the whole video right here, but the verbal is happening now. And you picked up one of the most incredible items that I've sold in a very long time. It's the double telescoping Luke Skywalker. It's the Cater factory version, the 3-line Hong Kong COO with the Cater M2 saber. And I did a short about it. It's been popping up over here. You're seeing that short. We can see me trying to figure out, I already knew it was legit and what it came from and all that stuff, but I pretended like I didn't know what was going on in the short just for entertainment value, but it's been happening and you picked it up. It's incredible. And this one item really shot you to the front for the Daddy of the Week. And this double telescoping Luke Skywalker had its original 12-back A card back that came with it. Like, this figure came off this exact card. It was pulled off of this card, and so you have a little bit of history with it as well. It went out for $875.66. It's a nicer version than the one I have here in my collection. That's the graded version, and that is an 80 by CAS. This is probably an 80 plus, 85. It's a beautiful figure. And then you picked up a bunch of accessories. We've got 2 Rebel rifles, went out for $13.50. We have 2 AT-AT driver rifles, went out for $21.50. And then we got those 2 Imperial rifles. I've got so many of these. I have to sell them every single week because I've got a giant box filled with them. And they went out for $13.50. Dean, welcome to the club. Jason's a repeat buyer out of New Hampshire, picked up that small head Han Solo. Here's the guy that fought Greedo. And I got the other, I think the large head ones in here too. That's coming up. And that went out for $46. All right. Scott is a repeat buyer, and oh my gosh, he reached out to me last week and said, hey, are you going to ship my Boba Fett? And I was like, what? So I went on a mad search, and well, I figured the only place it could be was the back of my truck. And it was. It had slid off of I took a big box with packages in it. It slipped off the top, and it went inside of the door, on the side of the door that I don't ever use, on the passenger side. And I was like, oh my gosh, Scott, I am so sorry. And immediately drove right to the post office right then and there and dropped it off for him. It's all good. I hope that's there by now. It should be, because he lives here in Oregon. It's on the east side near Idaho, or on the way to Idaho. So it's a little ways out, but they have one of the most amazing rodeos that happens there in this city. And I'm not going to say the city, but now, again, I'm babbling. But he picked up 3 amazing items. And guess what, Scott? This is a box. I'm not going to lose a box in the back of my truck. It's going to be dropped off with all the other packages, and you're going to get this lickety-split. Why do I keep saying lickety-split? Did I say that like 3 times? I never say that. And now all of a sudden I'm saying, it's, you know what, you guys? It's liquid death. It does it to me, all right? It's water. We've got a Darth Vader in mint condition. This is a Hong Kong COO. This figure is awesome. It would grade super high, $65.25 all day for that price. And then we've got a Stormtrooper, the Hoth Stormtrooper with a split visor, missing the skirt, but still in very nice condition for $14.75. And we picked up that Darth Vader TIE Fighter, and the lights work on this guy. It's all complete in very nice condition. And I threw in a Darth Vader there, so you got 2 Darth Vaders to operate this TIE Fighter. Thanks, my man. William is a repeat buyer out of Florida, and he picked up a pretty cool item. It's that Ewok Combat Glider. It's complete, and I threw in a Logray to go with it, and Logray is actually who is on the box cover art. And so that's why I threw in a free Logray to go along with it, and that went out for $66 and a penny. Okay, just some honorable mentions at the end of this video to discuss the items that just haven't been paid for as of this moment. So they're little quicker shout outs that happened, just so we can go over some price points. But we have Andreas is a new buyer, picked up that 21B. It's the glossy paint, and it's in near mint condition and all complete, $20.50. We got Kenneth, he's a new buyer, and he picked up a lot of 40 beaters and accessory lot. You can see all these items right here. $85 for that. Nate is a repeat buyer. He picked up that ATST driver, just missing the blaster, for $13. And we got Michael. He's a repeat buyer. Awesome name. Got that Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's an AA on the hilt, but I think it was missing the tip. It looks like it's missing the tip, $20. We got Wayne. He's a new buyer. He picked up that land speeder, complete vehicle, and I threw in some figures. We've got a Farm Boy Luke, a C-3PO, and an R2-D2 to go along with that for the whole scene, $68. We got David. He is a new buyer. He picked up 3 items. We'll give you the individual prices here. Total price he spent was $72.11. And we got that AT-AT driver with the red logos, and that's a complete figure. We also have the Lando Skiff Guard, the Hong Kong COO complete figure, and the large head Han Solo, which we discussed because we had the small head right there before, and that went out again to David, a new buyer. And Dennis is a new buyer, and he picked up that Dengar, the Hong Kong COO, all complete, and a boss. So 2 bounty hunters, and those guys all went out for $31.50 combined. Okay, we did it! All 95 items out the door, and we've got $4,850 came in the door. It's unbelievable. That's 2 weeks. It's like, I don't know, $10,500 in 2 weeks. It's unbelievable. A word I love to use. And thanks to Dean, our new daddy of the week. He was popping up right here. He helped make that happen. And appreciate, again, all the previous daddies. We saw the graphic in the very beginning that went over all the previous daddies. So once you're a daddy once, you'll always be seen in every single one of these videos going forward. And that's my thanks to you. Right here next to me, you're seeing a short. It's showing a bunch of figures. Those are the items that are up for sale right now on eBay. If you want to be the daddy of the week, or you just need some items to finish your collection or to add to what you already have, they're happening right here. And I'll tell you what, we've got some new figures that I've never sold before. Well, I've sold maybe a couple of them, but I got some black hole figures. I don't know. It's a Disney movie. Black hole figures. Got some of those, and they're complete. And then we've got some Battlestar Galactica figures. Most of those are complete or near complete. And so that's a little bit of a spicy add to my Star Wars items that came in a collection, so I don't need them. And I'm just selling those as well. We also have a Slave One vehicle, Bespin Luke. We've got a Paplu that's all complete. So a lot of the regular figures that you're going to need that are all Kenner related. And we got some other stuff that are added in there, some vehicles, all that stuff. Check it out. Some upcoming videos that are on their way. We're going to get a Shadows of the Empire video, which is sort of modern, sort of vintage, tons of graded items, and we're going to do a whole feature on that. I got a video game that's popping up right here on my arcade that'll be happening in the background that has 70,000 games on this arcade. It's right here. It's got Phantom Menace video game with the pod racing happening right now, but it will have Shadows of the Empire, and I got all my comics up here, Shadows of the Empire, and I've got a bunch of stuff right up here that we're going to go over. So that's upcoming. We also have a Darkwing Duck video coming once CAS eventually sends me items that they've had graded for over 3.5 weeks. I'm waiting for an invoice on that, and when I get that, I'll pay it. They'll send it to me, and I'm going to do a feature on all of my graded Darkwing Duck figures. And if you could, down in the comments, I'm trying to take suggestions. I'll add them all up over the next few videos of who you'd like to see from my collection. I've already done a Luke, a Bosk, a Yoda, a Darth Vader, and a Chewbacca featured video. Who else would you like to see? I've got tons of almost every single figure. And so I'm trying to take suggestions, and the most votes will be the next video of my feature, and that'll be happening in about 3 weeks. And then we'll be doing a September mail haul video of what I've added to my collection in September. It's never ending here with the Star Wars Daddy. Before we go, if you could, please hit that like, subscribe. I hope you're already subscribed, and that bell notification, so you're notified of all those videos we just talked about. Hopefully I can come up with some more content as well. I've got a bunch of ideas of stuff to do, and I'm going to keep making videos. Like I said, it's never ending here. I love what I do. I appreciate all the support. Like days like today and last week, when everybody is just bidding on everything and helping these sales. And for me, completing your guys' collections and all the comments that come over to me saying, oh my gosh, I needed this one last piece or whatever else, I'm glad that I'm the one that you're coming to, that I can help provide those services for. That's really the reason why I do this. And again, I appreciate all the support. And until the next time, who's your daddy? And you can also check them out if you go down in the description of this video. All the links are there for all the videos I talked about here in the beginning, where I'll talk about, well, there won't be any links for stuff that I haven't talked about. That's dumb. Let's try again. Okay, it's a good little story, even though those videos lasted forever. And nobody's probably even watching at this point. Okay, great.